Cup of Joe. I'm your host, Joe.
Alright, Joe, our first question this week comes from Joseph. Why is a dealer clip worth more than shred?
First of all, what is the difference between a dealer clip and a shred? Now, a shred would be everything they throw into the shredder, and there could be other materials in there, such as wood, anything. Now, a dealer clip is already clean, baled material, ready to go straight to the mill. That's why it's usually going to be more for that type of grade.
Alright, Joe, our next question comes from Anthony. Is there any trick to find whether or not a material is brass or bronze?
Well, Anthony, there's a couple tricks that I can show you. I have a couple pieces here of bronze and brass. Right here, I have a piece of brass, and you can tell because it's yellow. And sometimes it's gonna look like bronze, but you're gonna have to scrape it. You're gonna have to hit it with your file, and you'll see the yellowish tint to it. You can see it better on this end. You're also looking for texture. A piece like this is smooth. Most of the brass is gonna be smooth. Most of your bronze is gonna have some type of texture to it. It's gonna be pitted, and you're always gonna want to scratch it with your file. And you're going to see a more goldish tint to it. Easier to see on the cut I have here. A little more gold because there's more copper in bronze.
Alright, Joe, our next question comes from Josh. Is it worth the effort to open up non-PCB ballasts?
Well, Josh, before we go through the effort, let's discuss what a PCB ballast, non-PCB ballast is. I already cut one, but see it here from fluorescent lights, and it'll be marked no PCBs in it. Now, what is a PCB? Stick with me here, it's a big word. Polychlorinated biphenyl. What does that mean? I have no idea, but it's not good for the environment, so they banned it in 1979. And they don't use it in ballasts, transformers, motors, anything like that anymore. Now, the question is, do you have a shear at home? Because the only way to open these is with a shear. You're not going to beat this with a hammer. You could, but it's going to take you forever. It's definitely not worth the effort in my opinion. But let me show you what I did. I cut it with a shear. And when I did cut it, this is what comes out of it. It's a transformer. You can see the copper in it, but it's got a tar case around it, surrounded by another metal case. So, in order to take these apart, you need heavy machinery. There's just no other way to do it, and in my opinion, it's just not worth the time.
Next question this week comes from Alpha. What percentage of dirty material do you consider clean for steel? For example, if someone brought a metal office desk with a wood top, would you accept it?
Well, Mr. Alpha, steel goes by percentages. Now, when you bring in a desk with a wooden top on it, the scrapyard is going to either break one down if you have several of them and figure out the percentage for you. But your best case is to always take it off, because anything over 20%, you're going to get killed on weight. And a lot of scrapyards are going to guess the weight, and they're going to guess a percentage because usually you don't have enough one material for them to break it down. So your best case, just take as much off as you can. I mean, 5% of the weight in wood or something, I mean, it's not going to kill you too bad, but your best bet, just take it apart.
Next question comes from Fernando. What is the best way to separate motherboards?
Well, Fernando, we have several videos up about how to separate your motherboards. All yards don't do it the same. Some yards go by colors. Some yards lump them all together at the same price. It depends on your local yard. You're going to have to call them and ask them, because a lot of places are different, and a lot of places don't handle PC stuff you're gonna have to call for the information. A way to help you out, I have several videos up that show you the differences in motherboards, different colors, and what you're looking for, so you can check that out. For Cup of Joe, I'm Joe. Thanks for tuning in, and like, comment, subscribe, send me your questions. I'll get to all of them, I promise you. Continue to use the iScrap app. Check us out on Facebook. Happy scrapping.